this is Chris from Stormbringer magazine. First day of the Nova Rock Festival 2012. Behind us, the blue stage with the guys of GASLIGHT ANTHEM. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Benny Horowitz. I play drums.
And I'm Alex Rosamilia, and I don't play drums.
Because he's the bass player.
Nope, I'm the guitar player.
Guitar player, so I make the first mistake of the festival. Great. So guys, in July you release a new album. That's really great. They have the chance to listen to it before. A really cool album, and they're looking really forward. So what do you kind of tell the fans about the new album? Why should they go to the store and listen to it?
I don't know. I mean, that would be kind of arrogant to say why they should.
You do it. So.
But I mean, I think it's a good rock and roll record with 11 good songs, and if you like rock and roll and you like good songs, then I think you'll like the record. If not, if you don't like, you know, good rock and roll records, then maybe you should pass and go for, you know, like the Bieber or Rihanna or something like that.
Oh, come on. But what's good rock and roll for you?
Oh, there's a lot of good rock and roll. I mean, Led Zeppelin. That's a good one.
That's one of the best, I think.
I think so too.
What do you think about it?
About Led Zeppelin?
Also, yeah.
I like Led Zeppelin's awesome. About the new record, I think the new record's awesome as well. Not Led Zeppelin's new record. I don't think they've had a new record in a bit.
It would be great with that.
But yeah, I mean, I like our new record a lot. I think we did a really good job. I mean, not to, you know, pat ourselves on the back, but I think we did a really good job with it. You know, Brendan was, I think, the perfect producer for the record, and yeah, I mean, if you're into rock and roll, then buy it, and if not, fucking steal it, I guess. I don't, whatever.
This is the meaning of rock and roll. Steal the music, don't buy it, maybe. But let's talk about your new label. You're at Universal Records. It's a major label. I think when we look back at 2005 or 2006, you start up with the band, and yet we're in 2012. In that short time for the music biz, you get such a big rise. But when you look back, like behind us, we see the blue stage where you play today. What do you think about this? Did you expect something like this back in the early days when you start up with that?
No, not even close. The world we came from, and the idea we had about being a successful band. I mean, up until 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't even know these fucking things existed. These giant European festivals and stuff like that.
Because they're not in America known.
We had a couple traveling ones like Lollapalooza or something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I didn't even know this world existed, and I definitely never saw myself in this world. But you know, as the years go on and more people want to listen to your music and things change and things progress, it's important to be open and adapt and just keep moving forward. And we've been lucky enough and fortunate enough that more and more people want to see our band and want to listen to our music, and we're just going to keep going. But no, to answer the question in short, I never saw myself in this kind of situation.
What do you think about it, that you can play big festivals like the Nova Rock? Or
I mean, yeah, I didn't think that we'd ever get to this point. We got together and said this is like our last try at being a band, you know, like when the 4 of us got together, because we'd all been in bands before this, and like GASLIGHT ANTHEM was our last attempt at touring and trying to make a living being in a band, and I mean, so far so good, you know.
You're quite happy with the result of all the work.
Yeah, way happy doesn't begin to explain how I feel about where we've
so when you said before me it was the last try to make really good music and try to do something as a musician, let's talk about this one. What was the intention for you to make music, or what was the idea to do a band like the GASLIGHT ANTHEM?
I don't think there was some sort of master plan when we put it together. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think one of the most important things when starting a band, to me, there's really 2 variables where you need to make sure just as people you get along, because even if you play well together and as people you don't get along and you don't have some sort of a bond, then you're not going to make it through all these years of touring and things like that, because it gets difficult, you know, inside of those relationships. And I also think that everybody in the band sort of needs to be like a fan of everybody else in the band, you know, like Alex and I played in a band together before the Gaslight Anthem, and I love the way Alex plays guitar, and I wanted to keep playing with him, you know what I mean? And I love the way that Brian writes songs, and I really enjoy playing with him and listening to the songs that we come up with and stuff like that. So once you meet those people, and I think we really knew we had something. We did 3 songs for a demo when we first started, you know, just burned it onto CDs and, you know, handed it out, that kind of thing. And when we got finished doing those 3 songs, I really got excited, where I thought, like, wow, like this band's pretty good. Like, I think we could actually, like,
do this.
I mean, like I said, not this, but like at least be in a band that can tour and put out records and just be a, you know, functional full-time band. I mean, that was always my goal. Like, if you asked me when I was 15 or 22 or 27, I would have told you the same thing. I just want to be able to play. I want to be able to pay rent playing music, and I don't want to have to work another job.
That's a great view. It's a great view that you have this idea early in the year that you say, with 15, okay, I want to live from music, and you follow your dreams. What about you?
I mean, you know, being said that, like, we made a conscious decision that this is going to be the last time we tried to do this, you know, just because we were all getting in our mid-20s, and it's hard to start over again every time. I would have kept playing, you know, regardless of what happened with this band, because I think, honestly, I think what we do for a living is, you know, or just the idea of playing music or even listening to music is, I don't know, it's such a separate, it's something that you can't really explain. It's, you know, like the feeling you get when you put on a record, you know, and it's just you and this is gonna sound so silly.
It's music.
The music itself, just there's something about music that I think just, you know, moves people and it motivates people, and I think for people that play music, it's something you don't have control over. You can't stop doing it. Anybody that stops playing music, like, I don't think they would ever really into it, you know, like when people say they're retiring from the music business, like, that's one of the most annoying things I've ever, because first of all, you're gonna go do a reunion tour as soon as you don't have any money, and then or
you play like the Who 20 times again, goodbye tour.
Right, or you do like 100 goodbye tours, or, you know what I mean? But it's like the idea that you're going to tell me that, like, you know, even though you don't release music professionally anymore, you're not going to sit there and something's not going to make you go, oh, I need to write that down, or, you know, I don't want to play, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that's inside, I think, everybody, and just some people are lucky enough to be able to express it with their instruments.
So it's what we can say about the Gaslight Anthem. When I sit with you together, we have really 2 guys here with a passion of music, and to really live for this, do for this. So
I would hope so. I mean, if you're doing interviews with bands that aren't passionate about music, you're probably in a pretty bad interview. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are like that, you know, that are in it for, you know, that start bands because they want to make a lot of money, or they want to, you know, score chicks.
Yeah, but it's not about this. It's about the passion of the music, and it's
right.
about the music.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and I just think some people just don't do it for that, but I think everyone should, you know. I think the only, and, you know, this is me being arrogant and pompous, but I think the only people that should play music are the people that are passionate about it. And I don't even think that means you don't have to be good at what you do. You just have to be passionate about what you do.
I think when you have the passion to do music, I think with the passion, all the other things coming. When you are behind music, you will make it. I can remember some years ago I have an interview with Zach Wild from, like, Level Society, and when I asked him, like, how was it to play starting guitar, he said, like, it was like opening a beer, and let's see what's coming, what the night brings. It's for him like playing guitar, so it's typical for him, I think. But you know, for me it's very interesting, because I got in touch with you some years ago when you was in the road with Social Distortion, and I was in Munich, and I was like, oh, let's check out the Gaslight Anthem. I was like, who is the Gaslight Anthem, and why are they opening for Social Distortion? Because I don't have a problem with it, you know, but I was very interested, because I know Mike Ness always looking very bright when you take bands on tour, so I got very interested. And for me it was very great to see a band. They have a lead singer who tell something like stories on the stage beneath guitar playing, so you really see and feel the passion behind your music, and I think also the viewers get interested in the stories you want to tell with the music. What when we come soon to an end of the interview, what are the stories behind Gaslight Anthem? What do you want to tell in the music? Let's when we get on the songwriting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it changes again. It adapts, especially with like age and things like that. You know, like if a person's telling you the same story from their early 20s to their early 30s, it's probably not honest, because as you grow and as you
like music.
Yeah, your music grows and your attitude grows, your personality grows. You know, people get married, you start to deal with different things when you get older, and like, so I think the story can sometimes change. But I think that if there's any kind of recurring theme in Gaslight Anthem songs, it's always like, it's real stories about real people,
About the life.
and about life, and it's not like a fucking bummer. It's like hopeful that, like, you know, shit is hard. Everybody knows it's hard, but like there are good things, and there's things to look forward to, and there's things to help you get through it. And a lot of people have told us that our music like helps them get through their day or helps them get through a hard situation, and it means a lot to me, because a lot of music did that for me, you know, when I was a kid, and not even as a kid, even now, you know, some music you put on and you're like, oh fucking thank God, like, for this, because if I didn't have this, like, my mind would be fucking crazy, you know. So it's cool. It's cool to me that that we can be in that position, and I think there is.
Give people hope a little bit through stories, through your songs.
I mean, yeah, I don't, you know, the way I've always looked at it is, you know, the stories you tell don't necessarily have to be read the same way that they're written. You know, like for me, it's more about the you know, especially since I don't write lyrics. You know, for me, it's about just the expressing the emotion. You know what I mean? I try to take what Brian's writing. Again, going to sound pompous and arrogant, but I try to take what Brian's writing and like I add to what I think that he's trying to say. I've never asked him what any of the lyrics of anything meant.
Because music is our own.
Right, and honestly, and if I think it's one thing and you think it's something else, but we both react to it the same way, then it doesn't matter what the words actually are, you know?
Sometimes music is more than words.
Yeah, Extreme said that. You're hoping I wasn't going to bring that up, but I did.
No, it's yeah, you get me.
No, you're right though. No, it is. It is more than it is. It's more than just the words that are written. It's about the you know, it's the emotion that comes behind writing the words. It's what made the person that wrote the words decide to write what he did. You know, and it's also, I think, the inability for most musicians to converse socially in a normal fashion. But that's just my own theory. But yeah, and like I said, if what I say, if what I think it is means that, you know, even if there's been songs where I knew the wrong words, you know what I mean, but the song still means the same thing.
I can understand that, what you're meaning clearly.
And I think that, you know, I mean, there's obviously some songs are more point blank than others with their lyrics, but I think one of the best things about what Brian does is it's not, you know, it can be taken in a multitude of ways, and I think that's really awesome, because I think it opens you up to more people, you know, not being vague, but being, you know, just not explaining things exactly as they are, and being more concerned about the message of what the song's supposed to make you feel, as opposed to what you're actually trying to say.
So we got a really, really close interview and a really good talk about your new album, about the things that's behind the Gaslight Anthem. I would really say thank you for the interview.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. And I would say the new album comes out in July. And I would say, again, thank you for everything. And I would say the last words are yours for the fans.
Sorry, last
words are for you.
Last words. Oh wait, what the hell? I already lost it.
Missed the last words.
Au Katzel Schwampf. I was told that means squirrel tail.
Squirrel tail?
Eichkatzelschwamp.
I see. The last people told me it was something totally different. Eichkatzelschwamp. Eichkatzelschwamp.
And what's it with you?
I'm not gonna try that. Alex did it well enough. But no, I just want to thank anyone who's listening or plans on listening, and we can't do it if you don't do it. So I appreciate it.
I would say thank you.
Yeah, thank you.